The Music of Ponyville by Grass and Clouds 2. Chapter 7. The Legend of the Elements. Octavia and Lyra sat quietly on the platform for a few minutes, the cellist leaning over and letting the green mare hug her. Do you want to talk about it? Lyra asked. Every pony left me. Octavia hung her head. And I just learned that none of them, I threw them all away. My teacher, my assistant, everybody else. None of them like me, and it's entirely my fault. They said I'm worthless. They're wrong. Every pony has worth, said Lyra, even the ones that make mistakes. I hurt you. I hurt Bonbon and this whole town. Aren't you mad at me? Yes, but it doesn't matter. You need a friend, and that's what matters. Lyra hugged Octavia again. Why did I have to be like this now? Octavia sighed. If I had learned this even a week ago, I could have done something. But now the world is ending. What can I do to make up for everything I did wrong? Be there for others. Lyra nodded a little. A lot of ponies in Ponyville are scared now. Just be there and help them. If nothing else, play lullabies to calm the falls. She smiled. There's still a little time. Octavia hung her head. They will not listen to me. I bet some will. Here. Lyra opened up her saddlebag and withdrew her thermos. Try this. One of my Bonnie's specialties. Octavia opened the thermos and sniffed, recognizing the scent of hot chocolate. I shouldn't. It's against my diet. Lyra giggled and poked her in the stomach. Come on. Trust me. Octavia took a cautious sip, then began to drink from the thermos with gusto. The hot chocolate was warm and rich, perfect on a frightening night. As the warmth spread through her body, she did begin to feel a little calmer. She let out an involuntary sigh. Isn't it great? Lyra grinned as she took the empty thermos back. I'm glad I bought $5 worth. Why? Never mind. How is Bonbon doing anyway? Asked Octavia. Now that she was thinking a little more clearly, she was surprised that Lyra was wandering outside instead of looking for her crush. She's with her sister and parents, Lyra said. I wanted to stay with her, but alas, sometimes even love must wait. She looked up at the sky, eyes shining. And besides, once my task is complete, my Bonnie will finally realize that I am indeed her knight in shining mid-green armor. Task? Lyra nodded. I was on my way to get it done, but I heard you on the platform. I figured it could wait a few minutes. She held Octavia to her hooves. Feeling better? Yes. A little, yes. Octavia leaned on Lyra. Thank you. Any time, said Lyra. Now, where are you going? Biology to City Hall. Ugh, no way. Those rooms are drafty and creaky and really lonely. You should stay somewhere warm and friendly tonight. And I know just the place. Lyra nodded. It's on my way, too. I'll take you there. Octavia thought for a moment of protesting and insinuating that she return to her lodgings. But the impulse passed. She couldn't be alone, not now. Thank you, said Octavia, bowing her head. I am in your debt. Don't worry, the mare said. She grinned. What are friends for? Are we friends? Lyra winked and wanted her down the path.
Now, the bathroom's right through here, and extra blankets are in the closet. I'm just upstairs, so if you need anything else, don't be afraid to ask.
Fluttershy whispered.
Just don't be too loud, so the tyrants don't hear us.
She nodded at the animals in cages, burrows, nests, and scattered through the room.
I couldn't stand it if any of my little animal friends got hurt.
Octavia nodded woozily as Fluttershy, bundled up in cushions with a big helmet on her head, helped her lay down on a plush sofa. Are you sure it's all right for me to stay here? Octavia asked.
It's all right. I've always got a bed open to any pony who needs it.
Fluttershy smiled brightly.
I can get you whatever you need. Except,
She ducked her head and cringed.
I'd rather not go outside right now with the tyrants and the monsters and...
I am fine, said Octavia. You need not get anything from me. And thank you for taking me in after I did. Fluttershy paused.
You hurt Rosewing,
she said softly.
I'm still upset about that, but this is more important.
She flipped the pillow for Octavia.
We could talk about the other thing later.
Octavia glanced up at the ceiling. She found she liked the nature theme of the cars. And I, When she looked back down, Fluttershy was right in her face, muzzle almost poking hers.
But if you hurt my animal friends ever again, so help me, I'll...
Octavia paled. I won't! The Pegasus smiled.
Good.
Then she began to trot off.
Lyra, how are you doing?
Lyra, who was sitting on a rocking chair with another thermos of hot chocolate, smiled and lazily waved a hoof. I'm fine. And didn't I tell you, Octavia? Fluttershy will take real good care of you. I should know. I was here for a week after Ditzy and Raindrops dropped a piano in my house. She chuckled. That's our Flutters. Fluttershy nodded.
Do you need a place to stay tonight, too?
Nope. I'm just waiting for a friend to come by. Is it all right if I hang around?
My door is always open.
Fluttershy blinked.
Unless the tyrants come.
She said quickly.
If they do, I'll be hiding under my bed.
Great! Lyra hopped to her host. Why don't I help you put on some tea? You might be able to help me and Vinny. As the two went into the kitchen, Octavia let her head sink back into the pillow. She suddenly felt very tired. The day had been a ringer. Not only was the world about to end, but she discovered about some unpleasant things about herself. No pony, she thought, was the better for having met her. As he had never been born, no pony would suffer for it. Why couldn't I have time? She thought to herself. Why couldn't I have time to do just one thing before the world ends? That's why I said things right. She heard a squeak across from the room. Frowning, Octavia raised herself up on one leg and looked in the direction of the squeak. There was a large wooden chest, big enough to contain a few foals or one adult pony, and it seemed to be almost wiggling. As he watched, the top cracked open, and an eye poked out. Saw a snake? Hello, called Octavia. Some frightened squeaks, and the box slammed shut. The cellist frowned. I won't hurt you. The box cracked open, and three little poles began to poke their heads out of it. Octavia recognized one of them, the Pegasus Bebop. The other two were new to them. Hello, Octavia asked. Oh, you're Fluttershy's foes.
Yes,
said the one on the left. Another pony with an off-gray coat and off-white mane.
No way. My daddy's the richest pony in town.
We got separated from our parents at celebration, said Bebop, somehow sounding loud despite whispering. But every pony in town knows if you get lost or hurt, you can always go to Fluttershy's. She nodded. Oh, this is Silver Spoon, the gray-coated mare harumphs. And this is Tootsie Flutes. You according to the next to Bebop nodded.
Fluttershy's real nice. She's letting us hide in this box so the alicorns don't find us. She wanted to hide in the box instead, but she gave it to us.
She wanted to hide in a box? Bebop nodded. She brought her pet bunny in every fit. She looked at a small white ball of fur out of the chest and brandished it at Octavia. It was a struggling bunny who seemed a bit unhappy at being shaken by the foal. But she let us have to cuddle it whenever we want. She's a really nice pony.
I like you,
said Silver Spoon. Octavia frowned.
You made Bluenote cry. It seems like I'm only one of the cool adults in town.
Silver Spoon sniffed in Octavia's general direction.
She's fun. Way better than some lame pony like you.
Octavia looked away. I am truly sorry for everything I did, she said. There was silence for a few moments, and then Octavia heard somebody trying to her. Suddenly, a pony had climbed on the couch, and Tootsie Flute was standing on her barrel, looking right at her.
Are you really?
She asked, voice so serious. Yes.
Really?
Yes, really. The foal smiled, grin as bright as the morning sun.
Good. Then you can say sorry to her, and you can all be friends.
For a moment, Octavia felt cheered. Then she remembered it was the contempt she felt for Bluenote a day before, when she noted that the tubers could only appeal to foals. Now foal was one of her only defenders. She sighed, trying her best to push back to her own feelings, and managed to say, I hope so. Thank you, Tootsie Flute. The foal soon got back into the box, leaving Octavia alone. She stared at the ceiling for a few moments, then, feeling exhaustion completely overtake her, fell asleep.
It's scary. It's dangerous. It's mean,
Fluttershy said.
Please don't go.
Flutters, if ponies got scared every time something was dangerous, they'd never go anywhere awesome. Can you imagine living in a world of that awesome? Teased Final Scratch. Wouldn't that be a terrible world?
No, I think it might be quite pleasant, actually.
Bluenote laughed merrily. Octavia groaned as consciousness returned to her. Checking a wall clock, she found she had been unconscious for half an hour. Her head pounded. The living room was deserted, so she got up and began to walk to the kitchen where the voices were. Lyra and Vernal were seated at a table with a large amount of food spread before them. Fluttershy was running around, constantly taking food out of cabinets in her oven and putting in dishes in front of them. Whenever the two unicorns tried to get up, Fluttershy was instantly at their sides to push them firmly back down, put more delicious food in front of them. The two unicorns seemed amused at this, though they weren't even. They pushed the platters to the side, where Bluenote seemed happy to tuck in. Medley was also there, leaning against one wall with four legs crossed.
But isn't there anything I could get you to convince you to not do this?
Begged Fluttershy.
What if you get hurt? What if you get eaten? What if you get hurt eaten?
If you're eaten, it hurts by definition, said Medley. Lyra firmly pushed away the food. Fluttershy, we appreciate it, but we're not interested. We've got to go save the world.
But
Violet laughed. Besides, do you really think a couple of rinky-dinky monsters can stand up to the greatest DJ in all Equestria? And the best bard. Medley rolled her eyes. You're suddenly thinking that all best attacking about it anyway. Violet winked. Part of the grid, Medley. Please don't call me that. Octavia coughed.
is something going on?
The ponies turned to look at her. Oh, you're up. Medley scowled. Why are you still in town? Any sane pony in your position would be heading back to Canterlot by now.
I could not leave. Not now,
said Octavia. She looked at Lyra.
How are you going to save the world?
Better question. Who cares? She turned to Bluenote. Look, we came to find some wayward foes who got split off on the parents. We found them, and Applejack is running them home while they look for more. Why are we still here? Bluenote thought, because the apple turnovers aren't done yet, she concluded. Medley rolled her eyes. We have more important things to do. Bluenote, come on. Bluenote sighed and reluctantly rose, but Fluttershy hurried to block the exit.
Wait, can't you talk to them? Tell them not to do it.
Do what? Please, don't get us started. Lyra's horn glowed, and a Lyra appeared and insisted right in front of her. Glad you asked, she said. Ever hear the legend of the elements of harmony?
No.
Buddha opened her mouth wide, but carefully positioned it over a slice of carrot cake and ate in one bite. I think I know that one, Lyra. Aren't the elements how Princess Cadance, who is apparently not even real, muttered Medley. She is real, insisted Octavia. She is better than 10 of the tyrants. I don't care what they say. Ahem, said Lyra. She began to strum her lyre in an energetic manner, producing a brisk, fast-moving tones. As I was saying, the elements of harmony are this set of ancient magical artifacts that are really, really powerful. It was even stronger than the alicorns and the sisters, before they went crazy. Used them to defeat all kinds of evil monsters like Tyrant, Grogar, and the Smooths. They even defeated the Chaos God Discord and tore him into 1,000,005 pieces with the power of the elements. 1,000,005, echoed Medley. What, does somebody count? Lyra waved a hoof in the air. That's another legend. Anyway, when the tyrants went mad, Princess Cadance decided to use the elements to stop them. So she carefully positioned the elements in the ancient castle of the alicorns, deep in the heart of Everfree Forest. Then she sent messages to both sisters to tell them to meet her at the castle. The music began to shift over different keys, becoming unpredictable and faster. She told Burning Sun that she was on her side, and would give her a weapon in the castle in exchange for being protected when the sun took over the nation. And of course, the letter to Nightmare Moon was reversed, pledging allegiance to her and so forth. Lyra's horn glowed, and the room darkened to a bit. Fluttershy squeaked and dove behind Bluenote, though Octavia noted she apparently liked the story, and music enough to not leave the room. The bard continued. As the fateful day dawned, both sisters were furious. One of Burning Sun's key cities had just defected to Nightmare Moon, tearing down her idols, stripping the gold off their buildings, and erecting a statue of her sister in the town square. She wanted nothing more than to go to that city and burn it to ashes. And Nightmare Moon had just learned that an important formality was taking Burning Sun's side, as he was drawing up plans to shroud that nation in years of permanent darkness, extinguishing even the smallest and weakest candles and lanterns within its borders. Her fury was no less severe than her sister's, as he was just as eager to finally tear her down and reign supreme in all the land. Lyra's voice became a low hiss. Oh, they couldn't have been in worse moods than when they received those letters. The music became bright, powerful, almost burning with passion. Behold! The burning sun flew to Canterlot Castle. Fearing traps, she set a magical spell around her inner festival to make sure that Nightmare Moon's Shadowball enforcers could not follow her and catch her by surprise. But she never suspected her downfall would call, not from without, but within the castle. The music grew soft, dissonant, creeping. Nightmare Moon arrived scarce moments later. Like her sister, she placed a magical trap to deter her pursuers. But also like her sister, she never suspected she might need to fear the young Cadance, so went on ahead. What about Burning Sun's trap? Asked Medley. Wouldn't it have gone off? Lyra shrugged, then continued with gusto. When both alicorns were in the throne room, they saw each other and cried out they had been betrayed! At that moment, Cadance came in from another door, sealed off the room as she did so. She dropped to her knees and begged them to set their feud aside, to live in peace, and to stop harming the other ponies with their fights. But neither would give up the fight. Both insisted the nation was to be hers and hers alone, and both vowed that the other, in Cadance, would never leave the room alive. The music built to a loud and fierce climax. Burning Sun waved her hottest flames. Nightmare Moon prepared her most devious magics. But before either of them could cast so much as a single cantrip, Cadance rose. Around her head, she had summoned a single tiara with 6 precious jewels in it. These were the elements of harmony, retrieved from whatever hiding places the alicorns had found for them. And when the elements activated, all other magic in the room vanished like a puff of smoke in a strong breeze. Nothing could overpower the pure magic of harmony itself. Cadance rose with a mighty flap of her wings, continued Lyra, leaping to her hind hooves. She told them their actions had harmed innocent ponies for far too long, and that their reign of terror was over. She would use the elements to strip them of their powers and imprison them until such time they ceased their feud. Both alicorns protested, but they could do nothing else. The elements extinguished even their greatest magics. Lyra played a bright, right chord, seeming to resound throughout the room with its power. Cadence's horn glowed, Ellis flashed, and in the next moment, Nightmare Moon found herself imprisoned within the very moon itself, a burning sun within the core of the sun. The land was once again at peace. She finally lowered her lyre music down to a more moderate tempo. Now, she said, the tyrants are back. Vernal and I are going to the old castle, where Cadance left the elements 1,000 years ago. We're going to find them, use them, and make sure those nasty tyrants don't hurt any more ponies. She grinned. Right? Right! Screamed Vernal, jumping back to her hooves. We are gonna rock! Those alicorns won't know what hit 'em. I hate to raise the obvious point, said Octavia, but the location of these elements is known, and they are still useful. I'd be quite surprised if Princess Cadance or her guards are not already en route to retrieve them. She's trying to protect the citizens from the tyrants, so she's not going to have time to grab them, said Vernal. Same with the guards, and the tyrants will be fighting each other instead of trying themselves. She grinned fiercely. We got just enough time to get there first and save the day. The everything is full of dangerous monsters, said Medley. What if you get eaten? Concern crossed her voice. Or lost. That forest is huge. Vernal grinned. They can bring it on. We'll take it, them. We have to try, said Lyra. For Equestria, for Cadance, and all the ponies we love! Bluenote smiled. Sounds like it would be fun. Of course. Forget telling legends. We're going to star in one, said Lyra. It'll be epic! Medley sighed. Look, are you two boneheads really set on doing this? Yep. Fine, I'll come too. She looked away. You two are my best customers. I can't let you just get eaten. It'd be bad for my margins. All right, Lyra said, jumping up, vaulting the table, and embracing Medley in a tight hug. You'll be a great addition to the team. Choked Medley. I'll go too, said Bluenote. She smiled. I always tried to make fellows happy. Can't let them all get scared by tyrants, can I? She nodded. I'm not the strongest pony out there, but I got a few skills. More the merrier, said Violet. Let's go. Fluttershy froze, already starting around frantically.
But, but,
Hey, Lyra approached Fluttershy and gently hugged her. We'll be fine, I promise.
no, you won't. It's only monsters and strange spooky creatures and...
She took a deep breath.
If you're going, I'm going too!
She yelped. Yo, said Medley. No offense, Flotus,
I've been in the forest with my animals,
said Fluttershy.
I know some of the paths, and how to avoid some of the monsters, and...
If you don't want to go, you don't need to. Bluenote carried to her chair. No pony will think less of you. Fluttershy shook her head.
You need my knowledge and help, and I can't turn you away, a needy pony.
She took several breaths.
I'll go with you.
Fluttershy, Lyra said, approaching the yellow pony. That's very brave of you.
I'm not brave. No, I'm really scared.
Here. Lyra guided Fluttershy's head to her shoulder. If you get scared in the forest or sad or anything else, you just come right here, okay? Just put your head right here, and I'll protect you. If you cry or anything, I'll never tell another pony. You can count on it. She hugged the Pegasus. Got it? Fluttershy embraced her.
Yes.
Time's a wasted, Violet announced. She went to her host. Everybody, let's go!
Oh,
Fluttershy said, as she began to follow Lyra.
Octavia, I almost forgot. Will you be all right by yourself?
Myself, said Octavia. She watched the scene silently, but hadn't considered what would happen if they left. I suppose. Great, said Lyra. We'll come back for you once we see the world, Octavia. Hey, maybe you could write a song about it. Octavia felt like she was frozen as the ponies began to leave. What's to eat in the forest? Bluenote asked. Anything good?
Oh, yes. The apples got their first stab apples there. They're the best apples in Equestria.
Fluttershy said.
I always buy a pallet for my friends.
Can you actually fight? Medley asked Lyra. In case we run into trouble. Sure, I got skills. I know who foo. There was a pause. Well, I've read about it in books, but don't worry, I can hold my own. Octavia opened her mouth, paused, and started again. She was seized with a sudden fear of doing anything but standing still while they left. A small voice in her mind told her that she was considering was idiotic, that she should escape as soon as they left, trying to find transportation back to Camelot, then Sine. She could go home, to her room, and resume life alone. Wait! She screamed. The 5 mares turned, final 12 inches from the door. Let! What? Asked Medley. Please, let me come with you! Octavia threw herself down in front of them. Please! Why? The green Pegasus asked. Octavia's mouth felt like it was filled with mud. She moved her lips, but no sound came out. You're no bad, all right. You've lived your life in luxury. You can't hike. You can't get through a forest. You can't fight. And you don't know the terrain, said Medley. Medley, began Bluenote. No, this isn't a game, Philharmonica, and it's not about you. We have a job to do, and if we take you along, it'll just make it harder. No! Protested Octavia. I'm strong, I'm tenacious, I can help you, and... Words began to burst for her. I don't want the world to end before I do something good for another pony. She didn't dare to look up any of them. I've lived my life in isolation. I've never touched any pony. I just want to, just once, do something for somebody else. I know this is a selfish request. I know that I have no right to ask anything of you after the way I treated the 5 of you. But please, let me come with you. Let me try to do the right thing. For a moment, the room was silent, except for a few tears that spilled from Octavia's eyes and blinked out the wooden floor. I was my third child, she said. Since my falsehood, I knew I would never be tossed to amount to anything. My eldest sister was the heir, my middle sister the backup. I would have a life of Lisa. No need to consider what service I could render others. I should have been better. I should have fought their belief instead of giving in to it, but I didn't. I gave myself to my own parsons. I did only for my own pleasure. Forgot that music is only meaningful if it has an audience. Now it's too late for me to go back and change it, but... She took a ragged breath. If I can help you, if I can save the country, I can make up for some of my mistakes. I swear I'm not worth this. I could prove that Princess Cadance did not make a mistake in selecting me. She trailed off. Please, she repeated, if you can find it in your hearts, please, let me go with you. And then there were ponies on either side of her, helping her rise. As she looked up, saw that Lyra was on one side, Bluenote on the other, helping her get back to her hooves. Fluttershy and Vernal were in front of her, smiling. Course you can help us. Glad to have you on board, said Vernal. She gave Octavia's back a hearty thump with a hoof. I'm sure you'll be just as awesome as the rest of us. Fluttershy smiled at that.
If you're willing to risk yourself to protect everybody, I think we'd be silly not to let you come.
Yeah, said Lyra. You're all right, right, Tommy. Bluenote giggled. Medley growled, but didn't say anything. Bluenote turned to the cream mare. Come on, she said. Have you hurt any pony by some mistake? Medley let out a long sigh. Fine, she could calm. All right, said Lyra. The 6 of us against the 4 of the tyrants. No way we can lose. 6 musicians, said Medley, her voice skeptical. 6 awesome ponies, corrected Vernal. That's all that mattered. Bluenote chuckled. Knew we end up working together someday, she told Octavia. Octavia nodded. I thank you, all of you, she told him. She bowed her head. I swear I will do my utmost to make our quest successful. Vernal brought her hoof back to the door. Well, what are we waiting for? Nothing, said Lyra. A smile crossed her face. Let's go save the world. Okay, all of you who have never read this story or have ever seen it before, I'm taking bets on who's going to be who. Anybody? I got a betting table.